Just pulled up in this car park, and yeah, why not? Let's go and have a look. So, if you're wondering, I have got a short wheelbase VW Caddy. It's not the long wheelbase. And believe it or not, I slept 2 nights in here trouble free. As you can see here, this is, let's get my towel out of the way, this is my blow up bed. Essentially, if you want to spend a weekend in your van, this is really all you need. A blow up bed from Argos. I paid £15 for this. Nothing flash, nothing too fancy. It's more than enough to get you going. Now, all of this crap here, I'll explain that in a second. But firstly, what we'll do, we'll blow this up and I'll show you how I'm going to blow it up. You can use your mouth if you wish. My lungs ain't up for that job today. So I'm going to use my battery generator, which is falling over down there. And I'm going to get my plug-in pump and get it started. So I've already done a video on this Buden's battery generator. So if you are thinking about getting one, then I'll leave a link in the description. I know everyone's going to have so many questions in this video because I'm probably going to miss quite a lot of things. But firstly, let's plug in my pump, like so. If you press the power button, one more time, it says AC. Right, we are away. So this is the little adapter. So all we do is plug the adapter in, like so, pump on the end. Just throw that on the floor. I'm trying to do this one-handed. Right, we can leave that up there in a nice sensible place, look, like that. Right, so to make the bed, slide that forward. Move my chair out of the way. Right, so that is a single bed in the van. Probably wondering, does it fit? Yes, it does. So you can still shut the door. And I've still got leg room because I've moved the passenger seat forward. I'm only 6 foot tall. I fit in it absolutely fine. I've still got plenty of leg room. If you are like Tyson Fury and you're about 6'9", I wouldn't recommend it, but yeah. So we've got the £15 blow up bed from Argos, and then we've got the £20 sleeping bag. If you really want to do it cheaper, just take your own duvet from home. I kind of like wrapping myself up, but yeah, you get the gist. Just chuck that out like that. Single bed. So that is big enough for one person. Unless you're extra slim, you might well get 2 of you on there. Right, so if you're wondering whether or not I've got enough room, I'm going to jump in and show you. Don't forget your cushions, by the way. Know what I'm saying? Oh, there we go. Plenty of room. I'm laid out flat as a pancake, right? I've still got a bit of headroom. If we go back a bit if I really want, like here, and then as you can see, I've still got leg room there. So this is a short wheelbase Caddy. Let me reiterate that, short wheelbase, it's not a maxi. And then on this side, if you want to bring, you know, a guest with you, your wife, your husband, boyfriend, partner, whatever, you can, but you're probably not going to get another single bed in next to it. So I would recommend bring some cushions, or just make up something else, a couple of mattress toppers, I don't know. So that's the bed made. You're probably wondering what on earth is going on over here. Well, I actually worked on Friday, and that was the day when I went camping. So I went straight from work to the campsite, which was a 3-hour drive. I've got some work bits in this box, and as you can see, I've got some telescopic ladders behind my clothes, which are hanging up there. This caddy is proper multifunctional for me. It literally does everything. I use it as a car, I use it as a van, I use it as a camper, whatever. So that is my bed and sleeping setup. That is all you need for a night away, essentially. You don't need a rock and roll bed. You don't need to go and spend thousands of pounds on all these fancy items for a van. I can tell you from experience, because I've had a Transporter T5, I've spent thousands on a van before, and I actually have more enjoyment, believe it or not, just going away with less. Like I said, less is more, and I can use this van for everything. So that's my sleeping setup. Here is my wardrobe, or floordrobe. You can see I've got a couple of funky looking shirts hung up here. There's my work stuff anyway. Also got a wash bag. Just take a wash bag if you're going to go camping. This setup's perfect for 2 nights. I've got a towel that folds up into nothing, and you can wring that out. That's great. I have got a bag of clothes, I've got some trainers, I've got washing bag there, so just take a couple of bags. I've got a rubbish bag, there's a few work bits over there. This is, if you're wondering, my ARB chair. So that's my camping chair. Got a storage net which I put in the van, as you can see. Just keep little things in. Now, if you're wondering about lighting and whatnot, this is all I do for lighting. So there's no leisure battery, no spotlights, nothing. I've got this one light here, which you can see me fit in my other videos. And I'm gonna just plug that in to this power bank, battery generator. So as you see there, what I've done, I've disconnected it from the van because I wired this so it's connected to the van, but also I can connect my battery generator in. So just turn that on and we've got light. This has been used all weekend. It's been charging my phone, it's been charging my dad's phone, it's been literally charging the light, it's been doing everything, right? And as you can see, it's only used 1 bar of power and it's been blowing the bed up as well. So this is amazing. 2 days on the trot, no, 3 days on the trot, and it's not showing any signs of losing power. So I keep my flip-flops there on the side. The front of the van is what I would call your lounge area. When you want to just chill out and relax. We did last night, just had the iPad on, sat in the front of the van, started raining, didn't get wet. My dad had he's got a rooftop tent on a Land Rover. He went back to his Land Rover. I stayed in the van, job done. So one of the most important things about my van is the fact that it's insulated. I did obviously insulate this, sound deaden it, did all the recycled bottle insulation stuff, carpet lined it, so it does keep the van extra warm. That was the first time I've actually stayed in the van this weekend, and I'll tell you what, I was very impressed. It was very warm. There wasn't any condensation. What I'd done to avoid condensation is, as you can see, my front 2 windows, I have got wind deflectors. All I do is this. Wind them down a little bit so it leaves a gap just enough for airflow to get out and in either side, and then that won't let the rain in either. Now I know this video seems very all over the place and my van does look quite messy, but I'm just trying to show you that, you know, I'm not going to stage anything. I'm just trying to show you that you can just up and go in your van. You don't need to spend thousands and thousands on a nice flash new van. Like really, you can, if you've got a caddy or you've got like a basic van, less is more. I actually had more fun this weekend with just the blow-up bed. Like, you don't need all the mod cons, you don't really need a fridge. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but if you have it basic like this and you just go out, enjoy yourself, spend, if you can, spend most of your time out of the van, perfect. That's all you need. If you're an outdoorsy kind of person, this will do. Like, give it a go at least as well. One thing I say, mate, you ain't standing there. That's what I recommend. You know, a few hooks like this, you can pick these up from Screwfix for like £1.50 and just hang your clothes up so your stuff doesn't get creased or whatever. All my clothes are in here. My wash basket's there. Like I say, I've got some work gear with me, which doesn't matter, but this is how multifunctional my van is. These towels are very handy as well. I'll try and find a link to this because I got this as a gift, but you can literally wring it out, it folds up, it's nice, and you can just let it hang out and dry on your van as well. I'd like to point out a very important thing. If I didn't have any work stuff in here like that box there and my telescopic step ladders, I'd have room in here for, you know, my motorbike or push bike or whatever, or even just more room for my own stuff as opposed to just having work bits in here as well. But like I say, I wanted to save time by going straight to the campsite from work. In my opinion, this is a stealth camper. Like, obviously there's no curtain inside behind the seats, but it can be used as a stealth camper. All I would need to do is get a black sheet, a couple of pins, you know, like the gold pin things you use, drawing pins, and just stick it on the roof of the van, ceiling of the van, job done. I don't even need any proper curtains on that. It's absolutely spot on. So that is the setup I've got in the back of my VW Caddy. It works absolutely perfect for me. In my opinion, less is more. All I've done to this van, you can watch back on my playlist of my VW Caddy build, is I've insulated it, sound deadened it, carpet lined it, I've put flooring down, and, you know, like storage net, things like that. I've also got a little LED light up there. I've got my battery generator, and now I've got a blow-up bed and a sleeping bag. But to be honest, that is all you need to go and have a good weekend away. I wouldn't want to do more than 2-3 nights in this van, don't get me wrong, but it worked perfectly. Like, I went and met my dad at a campsite. It was called Base Camp Mendip. If you're wondering, by the way, that is a very good campsite. Here we go, have a look at that, Base Camp Mendip. I'll put a link in the description for that as well, in case you're thinking. It is very basic, there's literally no hookup or anything like that, but there's very good showers and toilets. So obviously I didn't need to bring my porta potty or anything like that, because we had all that there. But yeah, overall, very good experience. I just wanted to put this video out there because if you are like myself and you like to do different things and go to different places, you can do. You don't need to spend a fortune. You don't need to go and buy a brand new camper van. You don't need to spend thousands on rock and roll beds and fridges and all that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong, it's nice. It's nice to have those luxuries, but you don't actually need to do it. Less is definitely more. All you need really is a blow-up bed and a blooming sleeping bag. And if you're staying at a good campsite which has got showers and toilets, what more do you really want? I personally didn't want to do any cooking this weekend. I wasn't in the mood for it. That was one thing I used to get a bit sick of in a camper van, because I felt like every time I was cooking I'd have to wash up and clean up, and it just becomes like a constant cycle of jobs. You cook, you clean, you wash up. Yes, you have to do that at home anyway. Obviously if you've got a dishwasher or whatever, it makes it easier. But when you're in like a camper van, it's a lot harder to do it because you're in a smaller space. So I'm like, no, scrap that. I'd rather go out. We went to like Morrison's, had a full breakfast. I think they're like half price that morning. Full cooked breakfast for like £3.50 each. Like, what more could you want? This is all you need. You don't need to spend thousands. Is what I'm trying to say. You don't need to go and buy a motorhome to get into this whole van life thing. And by the way, the word van life is so overused and so it annoys me now to even hear it. Van life. It's just been absolutely killed. I think it should just be called blow-up bed life, because all you need really is a blow-up bed. In fact, if I had an estate car, I'd probably just chuck a blow-up bed in the bag and I'll be done with it. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful. I've gone completely back to basics, and in my opinion, I've had a great weekend. I slept amazing both nights. Second night was a bit cold, don't get me wrong, it did drop down a bit, but I've got a way around that. If in future I go away and it does get colder, I'll make sure I'll book a campsite with a electric hookup, and then I can just plug my electric heater in. Or if I really want to splash out and spend a bit more time and money, but I can't be bothered, I can put a leisure battery in here. There's enough room underneath these seats, and I can fit a diesel heater. So again, that's really as far as I'd need to go with this. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. If you're new to my channel, feel free to subscribe. If you've got any questions, leave them down below. I'm sure there's loads of things that I've missed out on this video because I've kept it pretty basic and I'm on my way home, and I thought I'd just pull over here and tell you about my weekend and tell you why less is more, so to speak. The most important thing is obviously making sure you enjoy yourself. I don't want to spend too much time in a van anyway. I just want to park up and go. I don't want to be worrying about it. I just want to go. Get out there and do it. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, see you soon, and peace out.